Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing fantastic. Let's chat markets. I got a few emails actually yesterday, more or less asking if the sky was falling and the world was ending. My answer was no. Nope. So it was a pullback yesterday. Granted, I was hoping / expecting we would get a little bit more bearish. I wanted something like this to come in, a little bit of a boop, boop, trade down to here, and then a bounce. That's what I was hoping on the SPY. But today, pretty solid one white soldier on the SPY. Nice looking bounce. Here's the Qs, QQQ, and we're trading down to the 50 and bouncing. It's so weird. It's very odd that we're bouncing out of the 50 because I don't know if we've done that before recently or not, but well, either way, we're sitting around top of the 50 EMA on the Qs. Nice bullish candle coming in. The trend still bullish. Here's the 100 simple moving average, and my buddy Dean has a put sale expiring in 2 days at 137. Obviously, one candle can change everything. So if tomorrow, if we close below 137, that would be a pretty bearish ordeal, I feel like. But then that 100 is pretty much right there. So on the Qs, buy the bounce, buy the dip. We are trading sideways. We have traded sideways. We are consolidating. So Qs look a little bit more bullish than bearish. IWM, same thing. One white soldier candle pattern today. Here's the weekly chart. So the trend on all time frames is bullish on the IWM. So if you're looking at a bull put spread or put sales or some type of bullish position on the IWM, I think that is, in my personal opinion, the best direction, especially if you can get some kind of premium below this 133.41 price range. I got just a few stocks to look at today. Not tons of requests, so let's get started. Here's CHK. And CHK, here's the weekly chart on CHK, and here's what's interesting. So CHK, I'm trying to zoom out here specifically. So there are some traders in some shares on CHK, and my thought process is, if you're looking at buying, and again, this is just my chart, right? Last week was pretty bearish on CHK. It seems volume, support, all that stuff. Looks like it broke through a pretty strong support level. And I'm not saying that CHK is going to go lower, the energy market is going to go lower. But just looking at CHK, I mean, it failed a really strong resistance. There. Finally broke through support, did with increasing volume. My guess, CHK does something like this, down into 363. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. I really don't know. But for those traders who have some shares, it's not a horrible idea to potentially just protect those shares just in case it does. If it doesn't, we start running bullish, that's totally fine. But we did break down with volume, with a gap, with candle, all that stuff below support. You have a lot of candles signifying that we're probably going to go lower. But I can say if we close above today's high, so obviously some people shorted right here, and those traders are wanting or expecting that to roll over. So you got some resistance right here. So if we close above today's high, and we kind of start breaking above that $5 level, for me to start saying, all right, guys, let's try to buy CHK again off of 5, I need something like this to occur. But the unfortunate part about that is your 100 simple on the daily chart that this time will act as another resistance. So there's a lot of resistance here on CHK for it to break through. If you are in bullish, make sure it's just longer term. Longer term meaning 1 to 2 years. I don't think CHK has anything short term bullish, at least not yet. Nothing that's screaming anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much my thoughts on CHK. Here's Apple, AAPL. And just really quickly saying this to say, we had a weekly options newsletter go out on Apple, and that triggered in yesterday. So for those traders who subscribe to the morning and afternoon room, I very, very rarely do this. In fact, I've never actually done this to my knowledge. But what I am doing is one of the questions that I got the most during the open house week, probably top 3 most asked questions, was how do you determine your entries and your exit prices on your options? And I'm going to be showing you and sending out at least 6 videos this Sunday that I've recorded ever since really over the last year. I'll kind of compile all of them together, and I'm sending out an email to anyone who is registered or subscribed to either the afternoon and or the morning trading rooms. So remember, there's a lot of people got in just recently, adding up, signing up, registering. So if you want to be there this Sunday, I'm going to send out an email that's probably worth about $10,000 to anyone who's registered in the morning and the afternoon room, showing you exactly over a few videos how I day trade weekly options, how I look at the entries, the exits, determine the entries, the exits, the stops, set up the trades, automate the trades, all that stuff. It's all going out, and it's all going out for the traders who subscribe to Real Life Trading. So just something I would throw out there. If you were interested in it, might as well try subscribing before Sunday. So anyway, Apple looks good. I drew this on Apple, expecting it to pull down and kind of bounce. The high of these two candles on Apple, so today's high and yesterday's high, is almost the same. So if we can break above this 146 price range, I think Apple will slowly cruise a bit higher. So far, looking like it's going to try to bounce off that 100. I like it. Here's Netflix. There's some NFLX. Also, Netflix looking like it's bouncing off of the 100 simple moving average. Facebook, nice bullish candle today. Dean had a put sale at 145. Ron has one at 146. I got a bear call spread expiring next Friday at 157.50. That's Facebook. Here is VRX. A lot of people asking about VRX recently. My analysis on this one, pretty simple. Buy the dip. Back on the 27th of June, which was, a few days ago. Yesterday, in fact. Here is the daily chart right here on VRX, and here's your EMAs. So you do have a retest gap here and here. So the trend is bullish shorter term. The small challenge is you got the some moving averages that you're kind of battling a little bit. So again, this is the daily chart, and here's the 200 simple. So I like the pennant pattern. The trend is bullish. I will say VRX can easily move very, very fast. So if it doesn't pull back into the 10 EMA, this is the rest. This is a retest. So this is a pennant pattern. If VRX breaks out of there and continues higher, I wouldn't specifically be bearish in that scenario. Looking at the weekly chart, again, you can see that nice little retest gap. And ultimately, I shouldn't say ultimately, but a target that I do have on VRX is about 20 bucks. So we'll see if it can move up. Volume looks good, candles, gaps, everything's pretty much there. I got traded in bearish a while ago. Going to lose an R on that trade for sure. Here's Sears, HSLD, and I did get trailed out of Sears on Monday. So Sears, I know a lot of traders have been tracking this one with me. We had a little bit of a candle pattern over here. Entry was here, stop was there on Sears. And the trade came down and actually did hit target 1 for a quarter of the position. Target 1 was this price right there. And it was based on these candles right there. So once it traded down to that particular price, that's where I exited a quarter of the position. And then I got trailed out on the other 3 quarters. So right at an R overall in Sears. Yeah, it was all right. But at this point, what's Sears going to do? Well, it is out of support. Here's the weekly chart, and it could, I'll say this quietly, I mean, yeah, Sears could bounce bullish. So buy low, sell high. If you're playing it bullish, just be real quick about it. It kind of looks like a little bit of an ugly double bottom. I personally just always look for bearish trades on Sears, but it is out of support nonetheless. If you're going to get in, if you plan on getting in, just get in and get out relatively quickly. All right, HMC and then BP, and we're done. So here's Honda Motor Company, and Honda Motor Company on the weekly chart, just zooming out right here. And believe it or not, Honda's had a little bit of struggles to go bullish recently. Here's your long-term moving averages, and we're below those. Again, this is on a weekly chart. Here is the monthly time frame, and the monthly chart, we're below all the moving averages. It looks to me like we are, trading lower. Here's a really good old resistance, new support down here at 23. If I were buying Honda, I know how Honda makes money, right? I like their products. I drove a Honda for a long time. There's a support resistance there. I'd like to buy low, sell high on this thing. It just appears to me that 23 is probably the next major support for Honda. Again, on a weekly chart, if we kind of take out some of this support right here, which looks like we're doing, we'll trade into this area down here more than likely. So this could be a good candidate for put sales or something like that on Honda Motor Company. But those are my thoughts on HMC. And then British Petroleum, we're going to look at it more in depth in about, I don't know, 37 minutes here in the Energy Wednesday. Here's a little bit of a trend line I have. This is on the weekly chart of BP. I'm just more bullish than bearish on BP in general. I like the company. I think it's a buy low, sell high type of company, blue chip. You know, buy at support. It's a semi-volatile company for sure. It's right now battling its long-term moving averages. It is trading sideways. It is a bullish candidate down here. I would agree. Yes, absolutely. This is a stock that I would buy, and more or less I wouldn't sell unless I was profitable, kind of thing. Because eventually it's BP, so you know theoretically one would consider them going higher over time. So, yeah, I like BP, a good buy low, sell high. If it trades up into the 36 or 36.5 area, I'll probably do an August 38 covered call on BP. I'm just going to wait probably a week or two for that to happen. I'll talk more about that later in the afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoying Boston. Went on a 2.5-hour hike in the city of Winchester. Had a beautiful time. Also, there's a picture right there. Just kind of the scenery is a phenomenal experience. Man, I just love the city already. Boston, having a blast. Going to go out tonight eating with Ashley's grandparents, having some dinner tonight, and then going out on the town a little bit. And then tomorrow, going to be exploring downtown Boston pretty much most of the morning. Latoya will be doing the morning trading room tomorrow. And then Friday, I'll be doing the morning trading room all day Friday, trading some weekly options. So again, if you guys want to get in on that, make sure to sign up for the trading room before Sunday. I'll be sending out a lot of videos. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for helping us enrich lives. That is the mission here at Real Life Trading. You are all phenomenal. And yeah, I'll see you Friday. Until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.